Thank you for your hard work today. This channel is a sleep reading channel. We will read from the heart to help you relax before going to sleep. Today we're going to talk about Kenji Miyazawa's masterpiece, The Restaurant of Many Orders. Many of you may already know. It's a story that can be enjoyed by both children and adults. I hope you can relax and face tomorrow. So, have a good rest. The Restaurant of Many Orders. Kenji Miyazawa, two young gentlemen, completely dressed as British soldiers, carrying shiny guns and carrying two white dogs, were heading deep into the mountains, in a place with rustling leaves. I was walking along saying this. Overall, the mountains around here are outrageous. I don't care if any of the birds or animals are bothered by it. So I'd like to try folding it up quickly. It would be a great feeling to land a couple of shots on the yellow flank of a dental clinic. It'll spin around and then collapse. It was quite deep in the mountains. I have been guiding. It was so deep in the mountains that even the expert gunfighters were a bit confused and ran off somewhere. And the mountains are so big that there are two white dogs. We both got dizzy, and after a while, our skin peeled off and we died. In fact, I lost 2,400 yen. The 10 gentlemen looked at the dog and said, "I think the loss was 2,800 yen. The other one bowed his head in frustration. The first gentleman turned pale and looked at the other gentleman and said, "I think I'll go back now. Well, it's starting to get cold and I'm getting hungry, so I think I'll head back." "Well, let's wrap it up then. I'll just buy a pheasant for 10 yen at the inn yesterday and take it home. There was also a rabbit. If we do that, it will all end the same. Let's go home." However, the problem was that I had no idea which way to go to get back. The wind is blowing dots. The grass rustled, the leaves rustled, the trees thumped. I'm really hungry and my side has been hurting for a while now. Me too. Ooh. I don't really want to walk anymore. I don't want to walk anymore. Ah, this is tricky. I want to eat something. I really want to eat something. The two gentlemen spoke amid the rustling silver grass. At that moment, I suddenly looked behind me and saw a beautiful Western-style house. And at the entrance there is a Western restaurant. There was a sign that said Wildcat House Yamanekoken. You're just right, this place is pretty open. Let's go in. Oh, it's strange to be here like this. But you'll get something to eat anyway. Of course you can, it says so on the sign. Let's go in. I'm dying to eat something. The two of them stood at the door. The entrance is made of white Seto bricks and is very impressive. And the glass door stood. There was something written there with emotion. "Everyone please come in." There is no hesitation. They were very happy there. What do you think of this guy? The world is a good place after all. Today was a difficult day, but this time something good will happen. This house is a restaurant, but we serve food for free. It seems that's the case. That's what I mean by please don't hesitate to ask. The two of them went through and entered. It was soon a corridor. On the back of the glass was written in gold letters, "Especially Fat Okada and young people are very welcome." I'm so happy that they are so welcome. You are welcomed by us. Since we are both, we continue walking down the hallway. This time there was a light blue paint job. This is a strange house. Why is there so much here? This is the Russian way. Everyone is like this in cold places and in the mountains. And when a person tried to open the door, they found this written in yellow letters on it. Please be aware that swords are a popular restaurant. It's pretty popular. In the mountains like this, that's true. Look! There aren't many big restaurants in Tokyo on the main streets. The two of them opened the door as they spoke. Then, there will be a lot of requests on the back. But please bear with me. What does this all mean? One gentleman frowned. Yes, this must be because there were too many orders. I'm sorry it's taking so long to get ready. I just want to get in the room. However, there was one thing that was annoying. And there was a mirror hanging next to it. Beneath it was a brush with a long handle. 12 is red thread. Please clean your paper and remove any dirt from your shoes. That's what it said. This seems quite reasonable. I also underestimated it when I was at the entrance earlier, thinking it was in the mountains. The etiquette is strict, so I guess very important people come here often. So they neatly shave their hair and wash the mud off their shoes. Then what? As soon as I put the brush on the board, it went blank and died. The wind has come into the dot room. The two were surprised. The party leaned close to each other and entered the next room. I need to eat something warm quickly to cheer myself up. We both thought that this was going to be a huge disaster. And there was something strange written on the inside. Please put the guns and bullets here. I looked and there was a black table right next to me. I see, there is no way to eat while holding a gun. No, there must be some very important people there all the time. The two men removed their guns, polished the belt sides, and placed them on a stand. There was another black person. Please take off your hat, coat and shoes. Whatever it is, it can't be helped. He's certainly a very important person. The two people in the back hung their hats and shoes on the nails, took off their shoes, and walked into the tin. On the back of the box, please put away any sharp objects such as tie pins, cufflinks, glasses, wallets, and other metal objects. That's what it said. Right next to the door was a beautiful black painted safe, with its door open. It even came with a key. My mother can see when she uses electricity to cook something. They say that gold is dangerous and sharp things are dangerous. That seems to be the case, so I guess I'll pay the bill here when I leave? It seems that's the case, I'm sure. They took off their glasses and cufflinks. I put them all in the safe and snapped it into place. A little further on, there was another glass jar in front of it. The following was written on the page. Apply the cream in the acupressure points all over your face, hands and feet. I looked and sure enough, what was in the pot was milk cream. What do you mean, put on some cream? It will be very cold outside. If the room is too warm, the cracks will break, so this is to prevent that. It seems that a very important person has come to Oguni. Maybe in a place like this we could become closer to the nobles. They put the cream from the pot on their faces and hands. Then I took off my socks and applied it to my feet. But still there was some left. That is for both of us. I ate it while pretending to secretly put it on my face. Then I quickly opened the door and... Did you apply cream to the back of the ears as well? It said so and there was a small cream jar there too. Yeah, I didn't hear it. I nearly cracked my ear. The owner here is really thorough. Ah, you notice even the smallest details. By the way, I want to eat something soon. It seems like there's no way around aging like this. And then right before that there was another 10. The food will be coming soon. We won't make you wait more than 15 minutes. You can eat right away. Please spray your head with perfume from the bottle. And in front of him was a golden bottle of perfume. They splashed the perfume on their heads. But afterwards the water smelled like seaweed. What happened to this strange perfume? I was wrong. The shape is so bad that I put it in by mistake. The two of them finally opened it and went inside. On the back of the door was written in large letters. I'm sorry you had to make so many requests. That's it? Please rub the salt from the acupressure points all over your body. Indeed, there was a fine owie set of salted saliva. But this time, both of them were shocked. We looked at each other with our faces covered in cream. Something seems strange, I think it's strange too, ooh. A lot of orders are coming from the other side. So, in my opinion, a Western restaurant is not just about serving Western food to customers. This is what it means to be a house that serves Western food to guests. This is? In other words, we were shaking so much that we couldn't speak. The gentleman who was trying to escape sorted the sword behind. What do you mean? Not a single part of it moved. There is still one more piece in the back, and 2 large keys. The silver retribution and knife shapes are cut out, thank you for the effort. It was very well done. Come on, come in. That's what it said. In addition, he looked around from the keyhole. 2 blue eyes peering out at me. They both started crying. Then, among the people, they quietly say things like, "It's no good anymore, I've already noticed, it seems like they don't rub salt into it." Of course, the boss's writing is bad. I'm sorry you had to make so many requests and it must have been very noisy. What a stupid thing to write. It doesn't matter. They won't even give us a bone anyway. If they hadn't come in here. That's our responsibility. Should I call them? Should I call them? Come on. Come on. The dishes are washed. The cabbage leaves have already been rubbed with salt. Now it's time to combine you and the greens. Just put it on a plain white plate. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Or do you dislike salad? Well then, shall we light a fire and fry you up? Anyway, please come quickly. They were so heartbroken that their faces became like crumpled pieces of paper. And they looked at each other, trembling and crying silently. Inside, the couple is laughing and shouting again. Come in, if you cry like that. The cream will just run out. I will bring it in due time. Come on, come on, come on. The boss has already laid out the dish. Towel, is holding a knife and licking his lips as he waits for the customers. The 2 of them cried. At that moment, suddenly, I heard a voice say woof, woof, 9. The polar bear-like dog broke through the 2 of them and ran into the room. The eye in the keyhole disappeared instantly. And my dog friend was annoyed. And ran around the room for a while. Then he let out another loud roar and suddenly the next 12 leapt at him. The door opened with a bang and the dogs were sucked in and flew away. In the pitch darkness beyond that 10th. Then I heard a rumbling sound and then a rustling sound. The room disappeared like smoke and the 2 of them were standing in the grass shivering with cold. When I looked, I saw coat and shoe stores. My wallet and tie pin are hanging from the branches here and there, or scattered at the roots here and there. The wind is blowing dots. The grass rustled, the leaves rustled, the trees thumped. The dog came back growling. And from behind me I heard someone shout husband. The 2 of them suddenly became energetic and seemed to be having a good time. I yelled, come quickly. A professional fisherman wearing a straw raincoat and hat came over, rustling the grass. So the 2 of them felt at ease. Then they ate the dumplings brought by the fisherman. On the way back to Tokyo, I bought a 10 yen yumadori. However, the face of the person who had once turned into a waste paper. Even after returning to Tokyo and taking a bath, I still couldn't get to the same level as below. The end.